In the early 1990s, Uganda was changing. Cooperatives collapsed. Banks closed their rural branches, and poverty climbed, touching nearly 4 in every 10 Ugandans. But in Rutoma village, Mbarara district, a group of men and women asked a simple question. What if we built something of our own?
Ngakitandikira amusingi gwo kugira ngu tubinge obworo, endwara n'obutamanya. Kandi okwiha obwo ekibiina ekyo nareeba bagyenzi bange babiri. Omwe akaba chairman LC1 Rutoma Cell, ondiijo akaba ali ombuzi ahumwire w'ekanisa, omwami Elsa tinkamanyire, oyi ali Edward Kanyankole. Tukashitama nyo nkaheereza omutwaro gumwe, Kanyankole yaheereza shingi 25,000, tinkamanyire yaheereza 25,000. Ekibiina eki twakitandisa omutwaro gumwe n'ekicweka.
In 1995 we started thinking what could be done to resuscitate the rural communities in particular. So there was total absence of financial services to common people in the rural areas. Then in 2001, November there, being a resident of Rutoma, there was a self-help initiative here in our village called the Ebirungi Birugumututu, in short Ebo, which was going on as a burial or a funeral services initiative. And then we are looking, I had the feeling that yes, we could transform this local initiative into a community-based financial services organization.
From a village funeral fund, a new story of financial empowerment was born.
Twatandikire twekigendererwa kitu kikakirye cyo kubinga obworo kandi obworo tukabinga.
They began with nothing but faith, trust, and discipline. What started as neighbors helping each other in times of grief soon grew into a financial institution owned by the community itself. Over the years, Ebo touched lives in ways big and small, for farmers, traders, parents, and even refugees. It became more than a sacco. It became a lifeline.
Abantu baganyirwamo kwiha Ebo etandika, abantu baguzire amataka, abantu batunga ebyapa by'amataka gabo, abantu cyabegisa okusevinga no kubona esente zo kushomesa abana omu mashomero. Ekicweka abana barondo bashomaje munonga kandi teri gukora emirimo egi yonka neyamba na community nambwenu ekanisa egi ekikwatireho munonga nka utubantu rufinga ekanisa egi ekatuhaho ekintu ky'amaani munonga yakwatanisa n'abakristayo, yatuhereza omuganda ogw'okwingana 7.5 M kandi ogwatubasiise kugira ngu twarenovatinga ekanisa yaitu yayisarahanga ekitinisa.
Ebo tukatandikana nayo hanyo na family yange, omwami akayine hakamotoka konka kiza kuzo mu nkiko ze emirimo ya hihihi, imotoka katina hakubasa kugitwara mu mihanda eje funzire. Ebo tukagirabiramu yakitukoneramu yatuhapiki mu picho munjo mu picho ntuvuga. Ebo twagaruka twahurne shobora bya biogas, twagaruka twagitakira yagaruka yatuha biogas nayo twagishashura mpora yaragaho yahwayo. Ekirungi kya Ebo ekintu cyo aho kukishabara nekikwero mbwiraho naho teyine kuza kuraganisa amezi maringwa ebiro biringwa mu biro bishatu byonka nozayo no shabe ekintu arwaka n'amande nikitandikiraho.
For farmers, it meant growth and dignity restored.
Bampa miliyoni 250 nazikozesa kandi nazikozesa gi esente zo nazigarrayo kandi obunzi shaba tinda twaire sande ukayibiri kapakampereza bakankiriza kumpa sente bankorera uhereza burungi umushande emwe sente zo kandi nazitungire kandi zikozese munonga koze mu bintu bingi ndisize ente nayombeka amaju mugareba nahinga n'omwana guri okwo hansi oku.
For those society often left behind, Ebo became an enabler.
Twarsamwe tunamanya roni zezinyire ko zoni nyingi zari ngire no wikuni koka kunagire munti cyangwa cyabye kinamaze gukora kamanza nagure banza nambwe nyine banza bingi munonga abo kuba no kugakare noreba abarema bakabastora kabanta batine n'iki bakumanyisa muntu kusanga ngo nabera umukasasiro hati ndikurwansa karakatwa kugira ngo okubo muri makimanzo guteye basa icyo nakoziremo najya mwe ncabishyo abana banye batiye kusoma kurungi kasa Ebo nafune Ebo kwasa kunyamba kwasa kuya sente.
Even for refugees, Ebo's doors were open. Belonging and dignity were no longer distant dreams.
Maisha mbele kweli nilikuwa na wazo ya ngisi ya kutumika kazi juu hata Kongo tulikuwa nafaa business, lakini wakati yenyewe kufika huku manake maisha ikaende na kuwa ngumu juu ya kukosa pesa ya kutumikisha kabisa. Kisha wakati tukasikia nani Sacco Ebo ikakuja kabisa kwa sahi na tusaidia juu ilitupatia pesa. Wakati walikia kutufundisha kuma village akakuwa natufundisha ngisi batatupatia mkopo tutumike kazi tutumike nabo alafu batusaidie.
Ebinkozero Ebo Sacco nduganyirwe munonga katandika nivuga bitoke kunarigiro bitoke narya karoni nazo mu Ebo natware fomu kunatwire fomu nagereza manager yajikoraho bampe sente bakazimbero mbironka bibiri natandika kusasuraje tinaza mu rubazi kuza kurya zindi za roni kunteganisa kandi zangiriro mugaso nagire ntunguka ati na septi zangisa twaruguto ati nidabur kwezi nifune mitware sa.
Today, Ebo has impacted more than 307 groups, from women and youth to people with disabilities and refugees, making finance truly inclusive. But building for the future meant more than leading. It meant ownership.
Nintwaro mu gishogu okubamanyisa ngu hati Ebo Sacco tubire Sacco yo kubanza mu Uganda yona okutunga license yo kureberwa Bank of Uganda. Sacco license number yitu ni Sacco 001. So nintwaro mu gishogu kubashaba okongera kubika sente omu Ebo ekitweta savings. Okuba nobika sente zawe na Ebo twina accounts nyingi zo kubika konke cyo mutano no kugira ngo nka Ebo Sacco tuteka mama goba buri kwezi sente zawe zo kuba nobika nitwe. Customer deposits are protected by the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda. Omulingo nugwo gumwe ninyenda kubamanyisa ngu twine Ebo at 30 years share campaign. Twine okugura emigabo omu Ebo. Okugura emigabo mu Ebo okuwano oreba za testimonies za ba members no one building a foundation y'ekitongole kitu.
I've been in Ebo for now 18 years because I joined in 2007 when I was still a young boy. I joined as a loans officer and I graduated in ladders up to when I'm now serving as a head of credit. It is really good staying in an institution for quite long, good for the staff and also for the institution, because what maintains me here or why I have been here, the environment, working environment is very good. Institution that grows the career of the staff and minds about the well-being of the staff. I think that is very, very key, and that is why I and my other colleagues, I think, have been able to work for this institution for long.
Ebo has always been owned by its members. From the earliest days, saving and shares gave people more than financial services. They gave them a stake in their own institution. Today, the share campaign is strengthening that foundation once again. By investing in shares, members raise the capital that allows Ebo to lend them more, innovate faster, and reach further. It is more than raising capital. It is about ownership, about every member holding a piece of Ebo's future in their hands. Alongside shares, the saving culture remains at Ebo's heart. Savings campaigns remind members that small deposits build big futures and secure the stability of the institution they own. As Ebo grew, so did responsibility. In 2020, the Bank of Uganda called for strong governance.
From the word go as a board, we embraced change. All that we didn't have, we made sure that we put them in place, like structures, the systems, even on board itself. There are certain committees that we didn't have on board, so we made sure that we bring them on board. I may say now we have 9 fully-fledged departments which we didn't have before the regulator came in.
And in these 30 years of Ebo, we have achieved a number of milestones, among which we have increased membership to 120,000. We have around over 3,007 groups. We have actually impacted on the excluded groups like the refugees. And we are looking at now covering the entire country so that these benefits can be extended to the entire country.
This was the birth of Sacco 001, the very first to be regulated in Uganda. A new chapter had begun. Regulation was more than compliance. It unlocked opportunity. With Bank of Uganda recognition, Ebo mobilized over 120,000 members, 25,000 borrowers, employing more than 350 staff. A network of 19 branches and a number of partners have since come on board.
First to Ebo, 3 years ago, we actually discovered a jewel, a fine company that was working for the local communities, financing them, trying to improve their livelihood. We also made it possible for them to obtain their license as a Tier 2 company, and this should even be better for the clients because it helps Ebo to attract cheaper funding and ultimately improve their financial conditions for the local communities.
Ebo Financial Services is one of FSD Uganda's partners under the Micro and Small Enterprises Recovery Fund. The MSE Recovery Fund aims to facilitate access to financial services for the young people in Uganda. Through this partnership, together with all the other partners, we've been able to serve over 260,000 young people with credit products, and 70% of these participants are young women.
Why we partner with Ebo is because Ebo is a cooperative, and we found that we have our mission and vision meet. There is a convergence of our mission and mission. And for that reason, we decided to partner with them because we want to serve the smallholder farmers and the entrepreneurs around them so that they are able to improve their businesses.
With regulation came innovation. Ebo embraced technology to serve its members anytime, anywhere.
Obuhereza bwa avocado kubwizire kadi yanje ya avocado ninje nandonda ene interswitch agent bajeta avocado interswitch quick teller ndahamu mugambira sente zanje zinyine azintera account obuhereza ndwinjo munkubasa kukosa basana kwimata *270 nteke sente zanje account ntine muntu una owaza kutekateka kuzinyubaho akuba nimba ninzumanya nko muntu na pini yanje ninye nkuba ninje yamanyira mwentu kujangu omuntu nabasa kunyuba akuba pini ne yanje esente ne zanje kandi nimba niziteka account yanje.
The first product we have created under this is the Ebo Mobile Center. This channel can be accessed by our customers by dialing *270#. Then we also have the Ebo Valve card. With this card, we have collaborated with the best fintech in Africa, InterSwitch, and we are able to give our customers this debit card, which they can use to transact on any ATM and quick teller branded agent countrywide or even abroad.
The future is digital, but the heart remains human. Ebo has not only grown as an institution, it has grown with its people. Staff who began as tellers now lead departments. Members who joined with little now run thriving businesses. Ebo's story is also their story.
I now think that customers out there should believe in us because we are regulated. We hope that at one time we shall become a cooperative bank in Uganda. I'm very passionate as a woman, and I'm always passionate serving the women. It is not a simple thing to climb through the ladders. It takes a lot of resilience, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of focus to remain, because along the way there are always ups and pulls, downs, but I can assure all the ladies out there who aspire to become the CEOs and EDs at one point that everything is possible.
I've been here for the last 25 years. I started working with Ebo around 2000 as a manager and at the same time as a loans officer. Ebo is actually, in the next 5 years, we are looking at becoming a very big cooperative bank in the country. And this one is driven by our mission and vision of being a leading microfinance in the country. And recently, to actually affirm this, we got license number 1 of being regulated by Central Bank as the first cooperative bank to be regulated. So the journey and trajectory is that we are looking at becoming a very formidable cooperative bank in the next 10 years, which will serve the whole country. Probably go maybe off the shores and cross off the borders to other countries. Ebo was majorly founded for self-help spirit. During that time, as you could know, around 1995, when it was founded, there were no commercial banks or financial institutions within this region. There was a very big gap. There was nowhere where you could get school fees, or get any money to do any economic activity, development. So during that time, there were only various societies around this area. And one of the members of that various society was called Margaret. Actually went to that various society to seek for finance support. But the committee of the various society refused to give her that mandate because she was sick, and yet the society, various society was actually mandate was to bury the dead. So when she went back, the dam folded. After the committee refused to give her some money, she died that night. So, and unfortunately, when she died, actually, that was the turning point of how Ebo was born. There were some wise men around that community who were also part of the various society. So they decided to form another ROSCA. This is a rotation loan association, which where somebody can go and get some financial support and probably do some development or go for medical education or take your child to school. So that was how Ebo was born, just because of the social need. And until then, we have never looked back. You know, we are, as you've heard, Ebo is to providing quality finance services for improved livelihoods of economically active members, especially in rural areas, but also preserving the environment. So we are driven by triple bottom line of our mission, being self-sustainable as a microfinance institution, but also making sure that there is improved welfare and livelihood of our members. Then also, thirdly, preserving the environment. So these three objectives actually rhyme very well with us. We are not driven by profits, by making sure that there is a positive impact towards the community. And we don't do this alone. We do it through other partners, through backward and forward linkages, but also other beneficial partners and like-minded investors.
As Ebo, we have an ambitious growth strategy as we celebrate the 30 years of existence. And our main theme is basically about the share campaign. When I talk about the ambitious strategy, I'm talking about growing our membership, growing our equity, growing our share capital, growing our portfolio, growing our savings. We have this share campaign is the foundation of all this, because if we have to grow the institution, then we must have a substantial or a big share capital, which will help us to fund our growth. And this share capital is basically want to encourage our members and our new potential new members to come at Ebo and buy shares. And we are very sure if they come in, then we shall be able to increase our membership.
From a handful of villagers in Rotoma, Barara district, to Uganda's very first licensed Sacco, Ebo's story is proof that unity can build prosperity. For 30 years, it has stood as a pillar of trust, dignity, and hope, a true partner in people's lives. But this journey is far from over. With innovation, with regulation, and with you, the member, the partner, the dreamer, Ebo's future is just beginning. Own it, grow it, be part of the next chapter.